Hey, so I am back at the house. Um, my son had his first therapy session. So and he was in the back of the car, so that's why I wanted to stop it. Obviously, I didn't want to talk while he was talking. Um, but it was a difficult day today because I like I said, I was sharing, I was feeling dysregulated, um, because this is becoming real. I mean, it's real, right? It's happening, um, but it's just becoming even more real, more real. So yeah, it's a little bit difficult. Um, but overall, it wasn't a bad day. I just really wanna. I know I keep saying the same thing. It's like a broken record. I just really want to find a place. I really need to find a place. I really need to just start my life, because it's like I live in limbo. I live in limbo, come and go. I'm literally looking inside the garage with all my stuff in the garage. So my whole life's belonging, it's in that garage. I am grateful though for this experience, although it sucks. I am grateful for it because I'm learning so much. I'm learning so much about myself. I'm learning so much about, I can see, I look back and think of all the actions, the the uneducated actions that I took because of my insecurities. I see myself, as I shared before, as a professional. You know, I'm working on a second master's. And then the choices I made, just simply because I was so insecure. Because the first person to show me what I thought true love was, I fell for. And you could tell by the videos when I have my good days and when I have my bad days. And yesterday, while I was here, like for a split moment, I was like, yep, you're doing the right thing. You need to get the fuck out. You don't need to deal with this shit. And then I start thinking again. I start thinking of, one thing, the only thing that I need to drill into my head is that no matter how much I think that what she showed me was true love, It wasn't. You know, everybody tells me, all of her family tells me, you know, you have been the best partner she's had. You know, you have made her so different. She's a lot calmer. She's a lot, you know, but at what cost, right? I'm glad that I was able to help her become a better her. And I guess that she's helping me become a better me by this experience. You know, I will be forever grateful to her. You know that I noticed in my videos that every time I think about, I think about sharing something important, something that is profound, I get distracted. And that's another thing that I'm learning about these videos, that when I watch myself, right? That, you know, why do you do that? Do you do that because it is that of an uncomfortable topic to talk about? And I noticed that in a few videos, like I'm talking about something very profound, and then I say, oh, the dogs, look at how much they play. Or I don't even answer the question. I just go, So, so that's something else that I need to think about, right? Why is this so difficult for me to share exactly how I feel? I am judging myself before the words come out of my mouth. And, you know, like I said before, I do care about what people think, not about me. I guess maybe to some extent I do, but it's not that big of a deal to me, I don't think. But I do care about how they feel, how my words are going to make them feel, how maybe the issue is how they're going to see me after I share my true thoughts. Maybe that's the issue. Maybe the issue is that I am so insecure that if they do not like what I say, they're not going to like me, right? And you know, the crazy thing is that I don't think I do this with everybody. You know, I think that there's selected people. And I also think, or I know, I want to say I know, that you have to be careful with your words, right? And I told you my role in school, and I have to be very careful with the things I say and who I say them to, how I say them, right? Those are all the things. Those are things that I have to keep in mind. But I think at times I censor myself too much. I second guess myself. Again, maybe because I don't want to be rejected. But I need to kind of break out of that, you know? Like, I'm not responsible for your feelings. I can try to to choose words that are not going to be offensive to you or hurt you, right? I can control that, but I cannot control how you accept those words. And that's what I try to do. That's basically what I'm trying to do. But I think that when I do it, I kind of cut myself short a little bit. Like I think of the other person before I think about myself. And I'm dealing with something at school. Obviously, I'm not going to share. And not personally. I mean, I guess it is kind of personal because I'm the department chair. It's not personal. It's just part of the job. And at times, man, shit. At times, I just want to, I just want to say things that may not be politically correct. And maybe it's what needs to be said. Maybe it was what needs to be heard. So I did take the paintings off from the second floor. I still have some more that I have to take out. It has very high ceilings, so these painting in particular are really high up, so I need to get a ladder or my son to kind of help me take them down. And I believe that's, and there's a request made by my roommate to remove the nails as well. So the nails will be removed. It is her home, and the nails were not there when I got here. Neither was a lot of shit that I put into this home. But, it is what it is. Hopefully, God in heaven says, oh, you were so nice. Here's a treat for you. Ah, shit. Well, anyway. I think it's going to be more than one video today, or this is actually the second video today. I think it's going to be a third video today. And to, use this moment to share exactly how I feel. Again, and it could be me reading too much into it, but I'm going to tell you how I feel. I feel that my roommate needed somebody to help her financially, right? And maybe there was love there when she met me. Maybe there's a spark, right? But I also think that my experience in education, my degrees, all of that, also enticed her to pursue a relationship. And it's bad to think that, right? It's really bad to think that. But, it is my mind, and I'm speaking it. I have never met a person before who valued assets as much. I was never raised that way, I was never raised that way. You die, your money doesn't go with you. It rots. Somebody else gets it. I'm not saying that it's not a good thing to save. That's not what I'm trying to say. I think it's great to invest. I think it's great to save money. I think it's great to be debt free, all of it, all of it. I agree. I think that's great. I think that putting so much value in money, it's not pretty. Part of the reason, so I'll tell you a little backstory, and this is a long video. Excuse me. So part of the reason why I am where I am, not like in the relationship or anything like that, but on this journey, is because, we always, in our relationship, we had our ups and downs. Every time we had our ups and downs. And we had a conversation about me not wanting to put my entire paycheck into our joint bank account, right? And I was married before, as I shared, and we had a joint bank account. And I put all my paycheck there, but I never felt like I could not spend, and I was not a big spender, never have been. I'm told you yesterday, I love to thrift. And, but if I saw a pair of shoes that I like, I never felt like there were restrictions, right? When I got into this relationship, I was kind of feeling that a little bit. And, oh shit, I'm really talking my heart, huh? So, I learned from my first marriage because, my ex, had used it created a lot of debt, right? And I have a very small side business, which is not, it's just selling my artwork. And a lot of the things, materials that I thought were purchased at both of us, right? Conjoined. I was making the purchases, but I didn't know. There was an account open on my name, and everything that was purchased was under my name. And okay, I get it. It's a business that is for me, but shit, I would have had a decision on, no, I don't want that. No, that's too expensive. And in my mind, the whole time, I thought, okay, well, we're paying for this together. It's a together thing, right? But then when I got divorced, I was like, oh, we weren't, so I have this large amount of debt that I was not aware of. And I'm actually I'm very good now. I'm almost down to paying it off. I'm so happy. But anyway, I learned my lesson, right? I need to save my money. I cannot rely on other people because they're assholes. So that was my concern with her. Not that I didn't want to create a life with her and build funds together and do whatever we needed to do together. My issue was, I need to take care of myself. I need to make sure that if this shit doesn't work out, that I got my back. So anyway, I was accused of being not trusting, of having trust issues. I need to see a therapist because I have trust issues. So, per my roommate's request, I started seeing a therapist. And I think I shared this already. I don't know if I haven't, but my therapist starts saying, well, you didn't choose to see a therapist. I was like, not necessarily. I did in the past when I came out of the closet, I needed some guidance. And so I explained to her why I was doing therapy. And she says, I'm going to send the book for you to read. And I want you to read it. Excuse me. And I want your feedback. Tell me what you think. I said, okay. So she gave me this book, and the title was something like, Am I Married to a Narcissist? Or something like that. Something in that realm. I never even knew what narcissist was. So I read the book, and I'm reading the book, and I was like, fuck. Everything listed on that book were characteristics of my wife at the time, now roommate. And I was like, shit. you know, and then they were talking about, can you live with a narcissist? And you know, and I love her. I do love her. There's love there. But am I really willing to live with that? Anyway, we had our next session, and she tells me, so what do you think about the book? And I said, why did you have me read that? It's like, no, what do you think about the book? So I shared everything about the book, and she's like, yeah, that's why I wanted you to read it. Because I believe that's the situation that you're in. And you choose. You choose if you want to stay in that situation or if you want to continue with it. And if you want to continue with it, I can give you tools. And she was giving me tools, but she said, if the tools are not conducive, if the tools are not working, are not beneficial, then, you know, it's not just tendencies, it's actually a condition. Because I guess there's different types of narcissists. There's people who are narcissistic, have narcissistic tendencies, and there are people who are truly narcissistic. And, you know, and she says, and it sounds like you love her, but are you willing? Are you willing to live that life? And again, I told you, sometimes when I see her, I question, why do I love her? And then other times I see her and I don't need a reason. I just love her. Anyway, but she accuses me of, you know, like a witch hunt. Oh, you were looking and nitpicking, and why would your therapist, you know, label me instead of labeling you? And the therapist never labeled her. The therapist obviously put pieces together and gave me something to read and had me glue those pieces together from the reading. Okay? My son is coming. I'm going to... Give me 1 second. Yes?
The therapist wanted to ask...
Okay. A question?
Like, she wanted to ask if you have...